get into a plank lunges,
Band squat.
band squat, TRX row, and TRX holds. Let's work!
So yo, just in case you didn't hear what my man said, alright? We have a 5 exercise session today.
Hey!
And I got some company. I got the missus and the homie beach mode. And we're gonna get in a plank, a lunge, a band squat, 10 squats, and then a 50, and then 50 band in and out. And then we're doing a TRX row and a TRX hold. That's 5 exercises. We're gonna shoot for 3 rounds. And then we're gonna get into all the critique. Y'all ready? Tell them.
Let's work!
I've lost a lot of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex, my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. Message to these rappers, you cannot serve 2 masters, too many fake pastors. That's why they attack us, cause we preach the word with no additions. To be saved, change the way you living. When you born again and you different. And I know you addicted to sinning, but what's more important? Is it the sex, diamonds on your neck, taking private jets, Lambo just to flex, working to the next, running up a check, hell is coming next. Or working for the kingdom, switching up your thinking, giving life some meaning, give your soul a cleaning, showing God's glory to the world, the reasons, blessings keep repeating. One day we gon' meet the friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex, my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you.
Okay, I'ma give it up just to make it. I wanna make it in, man, and I don't wanna fake it. I don't wanna be the one that's baking. You wanna be the potter, I'm the clay, just shape it. Anything you want, just take it. And if you wanna give it, I'ma claim it. You created the world, you'll shake it. You walk with God, is everything that you make it. I'ma rise above, it's a time to fight, and it's a time for love, and it's a time for life, and it's a time for blood. Look up in the sky for the Christ that come. Can't wait for the streets of gold. I need the spirit that we will fold, man. I'ma keep the code, never leave God, never leave the
I've lost a
road.
lot of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex, my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I've lost a lot of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex, my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. Message to these rappers, you cannot serve 2 masters, too many fake pastors. That's why they attack us, cause we preach the word with no additions. To be saved, change the way you living. When you born again and you different. And I know you addicted to sinning, but what's more important? Is it the sex, diamonds on your neck, taking private jets, Lambo just to flex, working to the next, running up a check, hell is coming next. Or working for the kingdom, switching up your thinking, giving life some meaning, give your soul a cleaning, showing God's glory to the world, the reasons, blessings keep repeating. One day we gon' meet the friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in this world just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you.
Okay, I'ma give it up just to make it. I wanna make it in, man, and I don't wanna fake it. I don't wanna be the one that's baking. You wanna be the potter, I'm the clay, just shape it. Anything you want, just take it. And if you wanna give it, I'ma claim it. You created the world, you'll shake it. You walk with God, is everything that you make it. I'ma rise above, it's a time to fight, and it's a time for love, and it's a time for life, and it's a time for blood. Look up in the sky for the Christ that come. Can't wait for the streets of gold. I need the spirit that we will fold, man. I'ma keep the code, never leave God, never leave the road.
I've lost a lot of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I've lost a lot of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all.
And I'm not even in Florida.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
I've lost a lot of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. Message to these rappers, you cannot serve two masters. Too many fake pastors, that's why they attack us. Cause we preach the word with no additions. To be saved, change the way you living. When you born again and you different. And I know you addicted to sinning, but what's more important? Is it the sex, diamonds on your neck, taking private jets, Lambo just a flex, working to the next, running up a check, hell is coming next. Or working for the kingdom, switching up your thinking, giving life some meaning, give your soul a cleaning, showing God's glory, tell the world the reasons, blessings keep repeating. One day we gon' meet the friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you.
Okay, I'ma give it up just to make it. I wanna make it in, man, and I don't wanna fake it. I don't wanna be the one that's baking. You wanna be the potter, I'm the clay, just shape it. Anything you want, just take it. And if you wanna give it, I'ma claim it. You created the world, you'll shake it. You walk with God, is everything that you make it. I'ma rise above, it's a time to fight, and it's a time for love, and it's a time for life, and it's a time for blood. Look up in the sky for the Christ that come. Can't wait for the streets of gold. I need the spirit that we will fold, man.
Last round. How's everybody feeling?
I'ma keep the code, never leave God, never leave the
I've lost a lot
road.
of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in the swirl swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. Ay, I've lost a lot of friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. Message to these rappers, you cannot serve two masters. Too many fake pastors, that's why they attack us. Cause we preach the word with no additions. To be saved, change the way you living. When you born again and you different. And I know you addicted to sinning, but what's more important? Is it the sex? Diamonds on your neck, taking private jets, Lambo just to flex. One go to the next, running up a check, hell is coming next. Or working for the kingdom, switching up your thinking, giving life some meaning, give your soul a cleaning, showing God's glory to the world. The reasons, blessings keep repeating. One day we gon' meet the friends since I turned. There's been a lot of bridges that I burned. There's been some lessons I learned, but through it all I stand firm. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I may not ever have a drop top, may never have a Rolex my watch, may never have a Billboard top spot. I lose everything that I got. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you. I'll lose it all in the swirl just to make it to you.
Okay, I'ma give it up.
Hey, us again. Had a chance to look at the footage. A couple things off top. Warm-ups with the bands, right? A couple key things to look at with the bands when we're doing those side to side, the diagonal, the reverse. Keep those knees out. With the bands, they are gonna try to pull your knees around, and when you step out and you push off your outside foot, that band is gonna try to pull your knees together. You have to fight your knees out, all right? Push off the outside foot, keep the knees out. Hip flexor stretch, I went over this a little bit, I think, but you wanna keep everything in line. You wanna flex your butt, and the foot that's back on the hip flexor stretch, you want that arm in the air to really get a good stretch through that quad and your psoas muscle that connects from your femur to your lower back, I believe. Any anatomy majors? Is that a major? I have no idea. Exercise science? Hit me up if I'm wrong. I'm cool with that. Now let's get into the workout.
Hey, I said that.
My man, you're doing it.
Sorry.
You're doing it. He's doing it. Okay, so with the first thing with the plank, we went over this in the Core Crusher video. I give a little more in-depth there, but remember, engage those lower abs, right? Lock in the back and really keep tension on your body. Screw your arms out, or screw your hands into the ground with the lunges, all right? This is where I want to spend a lot of time on, because looking back at that footage, I could tell that specifically with mine and a little bit of with the homie Ish, we came forward a little bit on the way up, and a lot of that is just fatigue and sometimes the amount of weight being used. I need to really pay attention to that and make sure that when I step on that lunge, specifically when you're watching from that side angle, you've got to really fight to keep those shoulders back and to not lean forward when you come up. And it wasn't major, but I could see with myself, I was running into that a little bit. So keep a close eye on that when you guys are doing your lunges. Make sure you get that good step. Try to keep that right leg at a 90-degree angle from your knee to your leg right there. Stay at a 90, and then drive up off your heel. So when you step up out of a lunge, you want to drive up off that front heel, and then take your next step, chest up high, and really try to keep those shoulders back. Next was the banded squats. So that's a good one because it's not a ton of weight. You can do it with more weight. Whether it's, what are you doing, man?
Stomping on the ants.
It's like a little tiny ant, poor guy. You want to really make sure with those banded squats that you're keeping tension on the band, right? So your knee. All right, my man. I think he's gone. He's done. He went.
We're still moving.
He's gone. Keep tension on those bands, and then keep your chest up. Get into your knees a little bit at the bottom. Flat back, and really force those knees out. Right. That's for the squat, and then what we did after that was the 50 band in and out. Stay in that strong hinge position, keep those knees out, and really just get that work with the in and out on the bands. You can go quick, but it's really gonna fire up your backside, your posterior, your hamstrings, your glutes. Great exercise for that. The final two, the TRX, right? We went with the row and we went with the hold. So with the row, we went over this again in previous videos, but everything's tight in the core, strong in your glutes, staying flat, hands are out here, pull yourself up, don't let your shoulders come up, and don't let your shoulders fall out at the bottom. Everything's locked in, okay? Secure shoulders, Pull yourself up. The further your feet go in, the harder it's going to be. The more they come out, the easier it's going to be. Find a resistance that works for you so you can keep the form proper. And lastly, the TRX hold. So this is what I want to spend a little bit of time on too, because when Ish was doing her hold, her hands were up here, okay? And what that was doing was putting way too much pressure on her shoulders. So you want to really make sure that, yeah, you're going to get a little bit of shoulder work, but if you're extending too much and you're not in a strong enough position to hold that yet, you've got to bring your elbows down a little, and then that way, or bend your elbows a little bit, and what that'll do is put more emphasis on your core in combination with moving your feet accordingly so that you can have more or less resistance, all right? Similar to the ab wheel. Remember how I talked about the ab wheel, how the further you come out, the more work you're gonna do, but if you are not strong enough yet to do that, you're gonna put more pressure on your lower back and potentially your shoulders and other areas you don't want to put that added pressure on. So make sure with the TRX hold that if you have to bring your elbows down a little to secure the shoulder, you're still gonna get your core work, right? You just don't have to extend quite as much. So that's all I've got for you guys today. What I'm gonna get into now, I'm gonna bring in the missus, Miss Tatiana Buys, and the homie Ish, aka Beast Mode, and we'll get a little convo in to talk about what they felt about the workout, questions they might have, and improvements that I'm gonna have to make. All right, y'all ready? All right, we're back with a new angle, but the same motivation. All right, first and foremost, so Ish became my newest remote client today because you live in Florida. She lives in Florida. So this was an awesome exercise that we could get into because she has a history of powerlifting and doing a ton of strength stuff. But also what we had a conversation with this morning was some of the stuff that she's doing, she doesn't want to go as heavy, but she still wants a good training session. So what we did today was essentially we wanted to keep the weight lighter, but still I wanted to show her that we could still get that work in, especially if we're remote, right? Because I can't give her the one-on-one instruction as consistent as someone I'm seeing in the gym. So today was an example of a workout that we were sweating, we were lifting, we were getting in good training, really solid training, but it wasn't a ton of weight. We weren't doing heavy deads or heavy overhead presses. I mean, up until the end, they didn't really use much weight at all, but we were still getting solid work in, all right? I just want to ask you guys, were you surprised by the challenge of the workout and just your thoughts on it overall?
My whole thing was to get cardio without the conventional cardio of running, sprinting, hill work, so that body work, lunges, which is already hard for me, with all of the prep and mental technique, did that for me. I was sweating, as you could probably see earlier in the video, just pouring.
All right, so then my question for you is, the missus, my wife, you like to lift heavy, you like to go hard in here, right? And that's where you feel like you're getting your strongest training sessions in. So what did a training session like this do for you in terms of your mentality around training, and similar to what I just asked Ish?
No, I think you said it exactly right. When I step into the gym, my mentality generally is, unless it's a certain amount of weight, I'm not doing anything. And I know that's probably not great, but that's what drives me. So the fact that I wasn't doing heavy deads, I wasn't doing heavy overhead press was already like, okay. But this workout was so tough with the body weight, then adding in, some weight with the lunges, just basically what we were doing. The TRX, crazy. The planks, I haven't done a minute plank in a while because I'm 11 months postpartum, so I'm still working through that. And so that was huge. So I just think that we have to get kind of out of our heads a little bit of what Ish said too around the cardio. You kind of think that cardio is all about, running, sprinting, but you can get cardio from other things as well. So I would say, yes, you won me over. That workout was amazing and everything that I needed, specifically for today too, because sometimes it's good to take a break from all that weight and to kind of do a workout like this to still get in that work, but you're giving your body a little bit of time to recover.
The other thing is the motivation of having the family around to push each other.
And also, it is sugar rush time. Let's work!
We're not done yet though, bro. So that's the other thing that Ish just touched on too, was the fact that I'm gonna have her as a remote client now. I'm not gonna give her personal one-on-one training, right? But we're gonna check in every week. We're gonna get on the phone. We can share text and video throughout that week. And then I want to use these public videos on YouTube and other channels as a resource so that they can be referred back to within some of the training. But I won't be able to give that, I can only give that specialized conversation with her about her specific situation as a remote client, right? So I want you guys to take in what you heard from them right here, because sometimes we get in our head about what training is, how hard we have to go, how heavy it has to be. But if I can do this every day, every other day, throw in a heavy deadlift day, maybe you have a trainer locally to you, or you have experience so you can get up with a remote trainer like myself, and then you can go heavy periodically if you're feeling good, or you can just, so you can get that consistency. I mentioned it again in the last video. Consistency, sustainability, and continuing every single week to keep stacking up these strong decisions, right? Whether that be gym time, whether that be food, whether that be sleep, anything else that you need to do to put yourself in an empowered position, that is what we need to do. And I was honored to have you guys as the first 2 videoed clients. 2.0, 2.0, 2.0, 2.0.
Let's